Truth Man here in the channel is the No Matrix, No Simp and All Subjects channel. So we got a content by request by Stretch. Stretch wants me to break down the cost to relocate to the West, the Midwest, the East, and the South. I'll also give you my recommendation as to which region to relocate to. And for those of the rest of you, if you want me to talk about something, provide the minimum content by request fee of a $1.99 Cash App or Super Thanks. With that being said, we're going to get into it. So, the statistics say that the average rent in the United States, that means all 50 states, is $1,736, right? So what you want to do is you always want to look at the average. But every place is different. And you also have to factor in when you move, how many of you is it going to be? Like me, I could go by myself. If you really want to move fast, I'm going to tell you. Go on Airbnb. Look at their rating. Don't get no guest house, none of that. People is funny. Get you a whole house. Or some of y'all is cool with a condo. Me, I gotta have a whole house. But you want to pay by the month. Because you pay by the month, you can really get down there, get on your grind, be looking for jobs and stuff like that. And by the time it rolls around again, you have been to look for you a place of your own, look for you a job, and probably got those things. So, rule of thumb, you want, to be able to get a place or sustain yourself for at least a month if you're in a rush. So if the Airbnb is $1,900 for the month, bam, you drop that $1,900, and then you can just worry about others. You ain't got to worry about them bills for that whole month. You just got to worry about not tearing their stuff up. So the average rent in the U.S. is $1,736, meaning on the average, you have to be able to, if you're getting paid every week, set aside $434 a week. Now, the rule of thumb, I would say, is you want to be able to make $700 more per week if you get paid every week than what you had to set aside for your rent. So, on average, right? The average is $1,736. You want to set aside the $434, but you want to still make $1,134. You say, man, some people ain't gonna make that. Well, the minimum I would say is $300 more than you got to set aside. So you want to be making at least $734. At least $734. So if you got to put up $434, you want to have that $3, because then you'll still be able to get food, go to the movies, do whatever you want to do. If you making at least minimum that $300 more than you have to set aside for rent. So I got the West, I got the South, the Midwest, and the East, right? Now here's another rule of thumb. At the worst, you want your rent not to be more than half of what you make. At the worst, you can make it half. So I got a bunch of rents here and how much you have to make. So you want to make half of your rent in 1 week, if possible. At the minimum. Or you could look at it like the hope will be you make double. Either half every week or double for the month. So we're going to look at that. California, they say the average rent is $2,614. So you want to be able to, you need to set aside the $600 a week Or wait, I'm counting wrong. 650. Just 2,600, 650. But you want to make 950 a week or more. Now with California, again, 700 would be better. So if you gotta set aside the 650, you really want to make 1,350 a week after taxes to even think to live out there. That's minimum. That's minimum. 1,300 a week to even consider it. Now I know some people say higher than this. That's because they be keeping up with the Joneses. Like, it will help to be higher than this. But again, like, you want 2614, you want to make 5228 there. Minimum. Now, remember, we say, and I say, the best thing is if your rent is only 25% of your total income. With that being California, that means if you making 10,000, let's do the math. Let's do the math. 2614 times 4. You'll be better off like this. So this will be your goal if you live out there, minimum. You want to get your income up to $10,456 a month. $10,456 a month. What breaks down to $2,614 per week. That's what you want out there. Because you want your rent not to be more than 25%, but if it is, you don't want it to exceed 50%. So at the worst, $5,228 per month after taxes. Now, it's going to be a little rougher. That's why our goal should be to get our money to the point where our main expense, which is housing, is not more than 25%. What is that all? So now in Washington, it's $2,041. That's the average rent. So you looking at worst case scenario, $1,020 per week. Worst case scenario, $4,082 a month after taxes. But what you want is $8,160 living out there. Utah, $1,602 at worst, $800 a week, or you make $3,200 a month after taxes. At best, you again 25%. You want to make $6,400. See, this is what get people. Like, they rent be too much of their income. I know. Trust me when I tell you. I know. Nevada, $1,538 on average. Is $760 at the worst. $760. Again, when you break down how much you go by fours. So Washington, you want to set aside a little over 500. Utah, you want to set aside a little over 400. And Nevada is not much different, so I would say 400 there. Now, the 25%, in Nevada, you're looking at a little over 6,000. So let's just say 6,200. And you'll be fine. You're going to live good. If you keep your rent to 25%, you're going to live good. Now let's go to the South. North Carolina, $1,555. That's $780. Half of it. That's setting aside, you might well say 400. Round up, always round up. Oklahoma is 1,249. Oklahoma has some of the best rents. As long as you can keep them tornadoes out of there, pray them tornadoes away. 1,049 on average. I likely moved to Oklahoma City. When I was looking at their houses and they rent them nice houses for cheap like that. So that's about $260 a week on average. You got to put up living there. Wow. And you only need to make, I would say, $4,200. That's 25%. You making $4,200 a month in Oklahoma. By the averages and by the law of averages, you doing good. South Carolina, 1,609. 800 is half. That's like putting aside every week. If you get paid every week, 400. You get paid every 2 weeks, 800. Texas, 1,452. That's 750. Is half of that. That's on average with Texas. That's about $360 a week that you need to leave in the bank to pay your rent. And 1,400 rounding up 15. That's you making 6,000 after taxes a month. You gonna be doing good. Louisiana, 1,255. 630 is half of that. Rounding up. What's that? 1,300. That's about 325, 350 a week. You keep aside. Mississippi, 1,306. Florida, 1,986. Arizona, which is 1,880. So it's basically telling me you put. Now this is average. The places I'm looking at gonna be about 25, 3,000. So that means I gotta set aside like 750. So on that, in other words, that's like I gotta be on it. Midwest, we're gonna just run through them, then we're gonna go into how much I would say like you would need to be comfortable, how much you would need if you want to just rush off and leave. We're gonna get into all of that. Midwest, Illinois, 2,003. That's 500 a week. That's making 8,000. Indiana, 1,327. Rounding up, that's 1,400. That's 350 a week. That's making 6,400. Illinois, 1,244, or Iowa, 1,244. Rounding up, that's 1,300. That's like 325 a week that you will want to set aside for your rent on average. Kansas, 1,277. That's, you might well just put them in the same bracket. That's like 325 a week, no matter what. You gonna make your rent. If you get disciplined enough to, you get paid every week, bam, you leaving that in there. I don't care. You made $1,000. You leaving that 325 in there. You leaving it in there the next week. You leaving it in there the next week. You gonna make your rent. You ain't gonna be getting evicted. East Coast, New York, on average, 2,666. Rounding up, that's 3,000. That's but on average, that's 1,333. Is half of that. So you want your checks to be at least half of your rent. I'm telling you. So in New York, you want to make about 10,000 a month. You can get away with 5, but you want to make 10. Rhode Island, 2,155. Virginia, 1,980. Now, utilities. Utilities are, I was looking it up. Utilities in the United States, it ain't no major difference anywhere. They're all around the same. They all gonna be between $350 and $500 a month. So that's just putting up $125. To be safe, you always want to go up because then you'll have extra money in there. If you say $150 for your utilities every month, $150 a week, $150 a week, $150, you get paid every 2 weeks, $300. This is what we don't do. This is how we get in trouble, man. I don't got to be Warren Buffett to tell you this. This is how we get in trouble. You don't make the money and you don't save the money. Saving, part of that is saving up for your bills. Well, I got something. Yeah, excuse me, y'all. I think I got. Sorry about that. I think I had something on my face. So the utility about the same. Now let's get into two of the most important things. How much cash you gonna need to move to these places. I would not move to the West Coast without 12. Your pocket should be, you should have a bag full of cash. Or how, like 12,000 on your card, you don't like having cash. 12 to 15,000. Not, I'm gonna make a joke about what people be like, man, I need about 80,000 and I'll be able to move. You're not getting 80,000, man. You're not saving up 80,000, man. What you gonna save your whole life? It's possible. That's not what I'm saying. But why do people have these lofty amounts of money that they need to move and you still ain't guaranteed? So, West Coast, I would say, to be on the safe side, 12 to 15,000 cash, you should be fine. Just don't blow through it. Don't tell nobody you got it. Don't be helping people. Don't be helping people. You can't help. You got to help yourself first. After you help yourself, then you help people. Now, if you help people along that time, it should be something small. These people, they know you got 15K, they'll be like, you think I can borrow 2,000? Man, hell no. I remember I used to get mad at people for not loaning me money. But now I understand. But you could get away if you get a job right away, which we're going to talk about that. You could get away with even 3,000. You get a job right away. But never assume you're going to get a job right away. That's the mistake that I made. I got down there to Texas thinking I'm going to get a job right away, and some of them people was flat out acting racist towards me. East Coast, 10,000. Worst case scenario, about you can get away with about 35 or 4. See, when y'all do realize that most places, your tax refund is enough to move. If you stop buying them TVs and them raggedy cars, you get 8,000 in taxes, man. You could literally move. You'd be like, nope, we move. You live in the hood, you get 8,000 tax. You could put your stuff in storage. I'm finna show you how this works. You can put your stuff in storage. Take the most important stuff, the stuff you can fit yourself and that stuff in the car. Put the rest in storage. You got 8,000. The storage gonna probably cost you what, 200? Now you got 7,800. It could be 6 of y'all. You got 7,800. You gone. Bam, Airbnb for a month. Hey, y'all tear something up, I'm whooping your ass. While you get your job, do this, do that, I'm telling you. South. This one, y'all gonna be shocked. I would say moving south, $9,000, you comfortable. But on the low end, if you by yourself, man, you can go down south, $1,400. Let me show you how you do it. We talked about this. You can get you a room for a week, the whole week. You just pay for the whole week and you get out there and you grind. You say you missing something. I'm glad you asked. Do these things. Go for temp jobs. Apply for instant daily pay jobs like People Ready. It's going to be more opportunities in other places. The warmer places are going to be more jobs. You're getting paid every day. Bam, bam, bam. Man, you go to McDonald's and get you a sausage McMuffin and a hash brown every morning for under $4. Then at night, you could get you the $5 biggie bag from Wendy's or McDonald's. McDonald's got a $5 deal too. So that you only spent $9. Listen, if you by yourself, even if you got other people, it's still cheap. If it's 6 of y'all, and y'all all get y'all sausage McMuffin and the hash brown, that's gonna be about $20. Telling you, man. I done been down, man. I'm telling you, I done been down. You're not looking at somebody that always been up. Silver spoon. I remember we used to get the shoestring fries right there in Arlington from Walmart, the Walmart store, the Walmart market center or whatever. We used to get a pack of bologna, a loaf of bread, and some shoestring fries. And it'd be like what? About $4. And everybody got like 2 or 3 sandwiches, a handful of fries. Then we'd get the apple, I missed them things. Them things used to be so good. The little apple soda. I'm telling you. But she got tired. She ran out of gas. Got tired of going through stuff. But let me tell you women something. What's the alternative? You gonna go from somebody that had their struggles to somebody else that got their struggle. What's the alternative? Some people's struggles is financial, but some people's struggles is mental. I'm taking the person with the financial struggles over the mental every day. Any day of the week. Because that mental, they'll have money, but they'll be trying to beat on you. They'll be calling you out of your name. So y'all women, y'all need to stop. Well, it don't matter. Because it's going to be another woman that's smart enough to see what you had and take your place. So keep playing. We ain't going to even instruct you. Go do your thing. So yeah, temp jobs, instant daily pay jobs like People Ready, and gig work. You can get paid every day from gig work. You can hold it back a week if that's what you want. There's some of them cards like Grubhub and the Crimson card for DoorDash. Like if you only gonna be able to take out so much, so you gonna have to take it out every couple days. Now, Midwest, I would say 8,000. Low end, if you by yourself, especially 1,200. If you got a bunch of people with you, man, you'll be straight with $5,000. As long as you get on it, you be on it from day one. Now, let's talk about wages, then we're going to wrap this up. East Coast and West Coast, I would say that you need 22 and up. Like my guy said, he said, I got one of my best friends from one of my childhood friends. He said, $22 an hour, you good in Vegas. And he will know because he, like, when he was in Texas, he wasn't doing as good as he doing in Vegas. So the South, I would say you want to make $20. Now this is how it works. If all you could get is 10, you get this 10 and get another 10 with it. Just work 2 jobs. Like I just talked to my guy from one of my old jobs. He said he got one job paying 20 and another job paying 23 per hour down there in Texas. Okay, the Midwest, you gotta be at 18. Gotta be at 18. So this how this work for all of y'all. If you not at these averages, like if you ain't at 22, then that means that your two jobs need to bring you over 22. Stop thinking it's all right to have a low paying job with another job. But don't take too much off. Stand on them. You try to pay me $10, $11 an hour, you better be like, how you doing, Mr. Howard? It's wonderful to have you as a worker, Mr. Howard. You better not talk no ish. So I'm gonna tell you quick. Man, this job don't even pay enough. Keep talking. So yeah, Midwest 18. Rule of thumb, in Milwaukee, you want to look for jobs that pay 18. Now, if it don't, and you ain't got one, man, if they say 15 and you ain't got one, like, whoop, take it. Take it. Because you could get a lottery ticket. You can go down to Potawatomi. Anything can happen. Don't take your whole check down there. No, don't do that. Don't even take a substantial amount of your check. If you want to play like that, 100, go once a month. Be like, okay, I'm finna try it. 400. Don't take 400 at once. Save up to that. Be like, man, 6 weeks I'm going down to Potawatomi, man. I'm finna put up $100 a week. Then when I go down there, I'm going to be aggressive. Okay? Don't take 6 at once, though, unless you don't want something else. Then I can see it. So you go out to Vegas, man. Don't be too aggressive, man. Just be more calculated. Be like Mayweather. You know, you fighting, you in the match, but you moving around, you patient, you timing your shots. That's how you got to be with money. But anyway, hope that helps Stretch. Shout out to Stretch once again for the content by request. It's going to help a lot of people, Stretch. So you know the Most High is going to favor you.